From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
This is a WUFT News update. I'm Samantha Narson.
And I'm Sofia Mingote. Thank you for joining us. On January 25th, voters head back to the polls in Gainesville for a special election for the City Commission at-large Seat B. WUFT's Alexus Cleavenger takes us into the community to find out why filling the seat is important to registered voters.
The next big election in Gainesville is for City Commission at-large Seat B. Did you know about the upcoming election on January 25th for the Special City Commission at-large Seat B position?
I did not.
Kevin Smith is not alone. When it comes to understanding the details of this special election, we'll let fellow registered voter Nancy Parkinson fill them in. You know what the term at-large means?
Yes, they covers the whole city.
Nancy's right. The term at-large means relating to or being a political representative who is elected to serve an entire area rather than one of its subdivisions. Nancy puts it like this.
There are people who are responsible for, being a part of the whole city, and there are other members of the city commission who are from a district. It's sort of like being a representative or a senator.
This is as simple as a ballot can get. There's only one question on it. Who do Gainesville voters want to fill the vacancy of Gainesville City Commission at-large Seat B? Supervisor of Elections Kim A. Barton predicts voter turnout will be good.
Looking at the vote-by-mail ballots that are coming in, I think we're doing a little better than we did for the regular special elections. I really hope that the turnout will be a little higher than it was.
Barton believes voter turnout is key.
It's important to fill the seat. These commissioners represent your interests and where you live.
And who will fill the next seat? Well, that depends on how you vote. Alexus Cleavenger, WUFT News.
Early voting runs Friday through Sunday, then Election Day is next Tuesday.
Wrapping up his first year in office, today President Biden scheduled his second formal press conference. He planned to highlight accomplishments and field questions on voting rights and Build Back Better. NBC's Chris Pallone has more on the expectations.
So help you God. So help me God.
On the last day of his first year in office, a time to look back and ahead for President Biden. His public approval rating lower at this point in his presidency than his most recent Democratic predecessors, the ongoing pandemic looming over everything. The White House has had success in getting people vaccinated and passed a COVID relief bill without any Republican votes. But long lines for scarce COVID tests and confusing messaging from federal officials has left people frustrated and fatigued.
I know this remains frustrating. Believe me, it's frustrating to me. But we're making improvements.
In the president's first year, the economy added new jobs at a record pace, wages growing too. But record inflation and high gas prices have many families on edge, wondering how they'll make ends meet.
If he can get his economic numbers up, it'll go a long way towards recovering politically.
Republicans paint a bleak picture with the midterm elections fast approaching.
The worst inflation in 40 years, a seemingly endless pandemic.
And while the president won bipartisan support to upgrade the nation's infrastructure, the rest of his agenda appears doomed in an equally divided Senate. The Build Back Better spending bill and voting rights protections remain stalled.
He was elected to a 4-year term, and he's been in office for 1 year.
Then there are the foreign policy challenges. The president kept his promise to end the war in Afghanistan. The withdrawal, chaotic. 13 Americans died. Now the rise of China remains a looming challenge, as does Russian aggression against Ukraine. Chris Pallone, NBC News, Washington.
Controversial bills are taking center stage in Tallahassee as Florida lawmakers edge deeper into this year's regular session. There are bills to ban abortion after 15 weeks of pregnancy. A bill on public health lockdowns would allow church gatherings as long as local stores are still open at some capacity. And another bill would let businesses sue cities and counties if new ordinances cost them at least 15% of revenue or profits.
A government official in the Orlando area has caught COVID despite being vaccinated and boosted. Jerry Demings, the mayor of Orange County, says he has mild symptoms and tested positive last night. He plans to work from home and follow CDC guidance on when it's safe to go back into the office.
An Orlando area high school dealt with a shooting on campus today. It happened at Seminole High School in Sanford. The injured student was taken to the hospital. A 16-year-old boy was taken into custody. Sanford police say the two were involved in a dispute about a girl.
The past few mornings have been extra chilly, and I sure do miss my Florida weather.
I agree, Samantha. I had to wear 4 different layers today during my morning walk. Let's check in with Ashley Weinstein in the Weather Center to know what to expect in the next few days.
Yes, it has been quite cool these last couple of days. Today it was a little bit warmer, and luckily for us, it is going to be warmer tomorrow as well. We are going to see the temperatures cool back down by the weekend, and I'm going to get into that later in the show. Right now we're sitting at a 69 degrees. It was just 70, so we're dipping down a little bit lower as we're approaching sunset here. Clear conditions, pretty clear skies, not too cloudy out there. Our temperatures tomorrow, we could see the low 70s here in Gainesville. 69 in Cross City, 71 in Ocala, 69 in Gainesville, and 70 in Stark. Moving into our evening temperatures, it does seem quite cool for us Floridians, but these low to mid 40s and even up into the high 40s are not as bad as the 30s that we've been seeing the last couple nights. And that's because it's not going to be too cool into tomorrow, into Thursday. 73 in Gainesville, 75 in Ocala, and 76 in the Villages. It's going to be a lot warmer. That's actually a bit warmer than climatology for this time of year, but a cold front is approaching us Thursday evening into Friday. It's going to hover us over here in Gainesville around Thursday, Friday, and we could see a spotty shower or two in our area along that front, and that's going to pass through us Friday. And once it's out of our area into Saturday, that's when we're going to see a little bit drier conditions, but as it's coming through Thursday and Friday, definitely expect a shower. Our weekly rundown here, we're going to see warming up by Thursday, cold front into Thursday night, and cooling down back into the weekend for those cooler temperatures. It's going to feel a little bit more like winter again, which brings me to my 6-day outlook that you could see reflected here on the screen. We see our greatest possible chance for rain is Friday, and it's going to dry out and cool down by Saturday and Sunday.
The Florida men's basketball team will take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs tonight in the O-Dome. The Gators are hoping to secure their first home SEC victory. Florida is 1-3 in conference play and 10-6 overall. The Bulldogs have won 6 of their last 7 games and are 3-1 in conference play. The Gators are coming off a road victory against the South Carolina Gamecocks. Freshman Kawasi Reeves emerged as a star player, scoring 14 points as a starter. Head coach Mike White said he's happy with Reeves' growth and confidence and humility as a player.
Someone said they heard a ball bouncing here in the facility, and Wasey came straight to the gym, got in some more shots after the game, after having a really good game. So that's who he is.
Tonight's game will start at 6:30 p.m. in the Exact Arena. Some local high school teams also have basketball games tonight. For boys basketball, the Bradford Tornadoes will host the Wildwood Wildcats at 7:30 p.m. Both teams have just 7 wins on the season. Also at 7:30, the Gainesville Hurricanes will host the PK Young Blue Wave. Those 2 teams each have 11 wins so far. On the girls' side, the Newberry Panthers will host the St. Francis Catholic Wolves at 6 p.m. The Eastside Rams will travel to Palatka to compete against the Panthers later at 7. The PK Young Blue Wave will host the Vanguard Knights. That's your quick look at sports. Now back to the desk.
Thanks for keeping up with WUFT News on Facebook. I'm Samantha Narson.
And I'm Sofia Mingote. That's our time for now, but your Florida news is always on at WUFT.org.